Hey all, Tony Bing here. Hello and welcome to our Cosmic Trial guide for Marvel Heroes Omega for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. So with this Cosmic Trial video we'll be showcasing the recently released Venom. He's actually pretty awesome. He's had a huge rework and yeah, he's a whole lot of fun. So we'll run through the Cosmic Trial. I'll show off the skills and talents I use first before we actually do that, and I will mention that I'm simply using super heroic gear as always in order to pass the trial, so that way if you're a new player and you've just bought Venom you can hopefully follow this guide and it'll help you get through the trial and into cosmic modes where you can get all the nice loot. But first off we'll have a look at the skills. For the skills here then we're going heavy on the cooldown skills, and we're not using a main filler at all because we can't really afford to stand still and attempt to go toe to toe with the bosses. Now the first cooldown skill was Tendril Impale, 6-second cooldown and bonus damage against weakened enemies. We then have an awesome defensive move, and this is We Aren't Impressed. So it weakens enemy and it absorbs damage for 4 seconds on an 8-second cooldown, so 50% damage absorption, 50% uptime on it, pretty fantastic. We then have a Crash Down, which is Dark Descent, and it just does damage. A lot of these skills are like this. There's no real dots or any special moves, it's just sheer force really. Now the next one is Demolish and Slam, so 8-second cooldown, and it has a bonus to critical hit damage, and through talents we've actually got 3 of our cooldowns that have a 100% chance to critically hit, so that really helps our damage. We then have Raising Wreckage, so again 8-second cooldown and 50% critical hit damage. And then finally we have Terrain Toss here, so this is a ranged one, and again 50% critical hit damage, 8-second cooldown, and that takes us on to our signature that we use it as often as we can, because when we use our signature it actually activates We Are Venom, which is a great buff from a defensive and offensive perspective as well, so use that signature as often as you can. But let's now have a look at the talents. For the first talent selection I'd be using Thirsty Claws. There's not much that really helps us here, but with this one it transforms your dash, so it actually restores health on hits, so that can be pretty useful. We then have We Are Unstoppable, and that adds a defensive buff to We Are Venom. Next up is Parasitic Tendrils, so We Are Venom applies Tendril Drain, so you're gaining extra healing, and it also adds a dot to it and you restore your biomass and health. Next up it's Collateral Damage, so 3 of our cooldown skills, which are Demolish and Slam, Raising Wreckage and Terrain Toss, deal more damage and always deliver a critical hit. And then finally we have Symbiosis, and this is great and pretty important. So Symbiotic Spikes, our signature, automatically activates We Are Venom if it's not on cooldown, and it lowers the cooldown of your signature, so this frees up a space so we can have an additional 8-second cooldown there, and it does really help us out from a damage perspective. But with the skills and talents covered, we'll now show off the Cosmic Trial gameplay. Once we've beaten Red Skill, I'll bring up the gear wheel to show off that we are indeed just simply wearing super heroic gear as well. But here we go for the Cosmic Trial. And there we go, that's him down, so that really wasn't too bad at all. If we bring up the gear, it's simply super heroic, just heroic for that show. Medallion, I do have the symbiotic artifact on because it's a whole lot of fun on Venom, but other than that, all pretty basic gear. So as always, I hope this video has been useful. Any questions, feel free to ask, and I'll see you all again soon.